Welcome back, guys, to Taste with Tesia. Today we are going to make a bone-in lamb loin chop. We're also going to talk about some really beautiful wines that pair well and complement like the gamey and earthy flavor profiles of our lamb when we're done. Now we're going to do like a skillet pan searing on this, but if you want, you can 48-hour marinate this and then put this on the grill to add a bit more smoky flavor to your lamb. So for my size, I'm going to do rosemary tricolor creamers. Creamer potato is just a young, tender potato. It has a lower starch content, so it's really good for like a quick pan roasting, which you'll see me do today. I'm going to do that with some chopped rosemary and garlic and just a little bit of oil in a pan, and that'll be really quick in the video. I'll show you guys how to do that. First thing we're going to do though is cut our potatoes. So I just cut mine in half. They shouldn't be more than really like a quarter in diameter. So you just cut them in half and quarter of them if you want. I'm going to also chop some garlic, and then I'm going to cut some rosemary as well. I'm going to tug on the top and then pull the leaves towards the end of the stem, and then they'll fall off completely. It'll be really easy to do. To properly cut your herbs, you want to make sure you kind of tuck or bunch your herbs together. Make sure you have a sharp knife. You don't want to see any green on the board. Make sure your knuckles are firm. That's kind of going to be kind of like a guard for you. So you're going to have the tip of the knife to the heel. You're going to move that in a rolling or rocking motion, if you will. So again, the tip of the knife to the heel, which is the back of your knife, kind of where your hand meets the handle. You're going to roll that slow motion and kind of just let the knife do your job. Rosemary, any herb really, but rosemary has a ton of flavor and aromatic oils, and you want that in the dish, not on the board. So a dull knife is going to bruise your herbs, leaving all the oils and all the flavor on your board. You do not want that. So once that mise en place is done, you're going to just toss your potatoes with a pinch of garlic, rosemary, some cooking oil. You want to use something that has a very high smoke point so you can get a nice char on it. Salt, pepper, and then roast them in the oven for 350 degrees for 20 minutes. And for our lamb, we're going to use the exact same thing. Garlic, rosemary, cooking oil, salt, and cracked pepper, and massage that into our lamb. The loin chop is a cut of meat from the lamb. It's the waist of the lamb between the ribs and the leg quarter. So that's going to be a leaner cut of meat with minimal fat marbling, and that T-shaped kind of shape that you see is just a medallion of the tenderloin as well as some of the loin. If you have a cast iron, that's best, but if you don't, that's completely fine. Mine is packed away. But right now, you are going to just let the lamb sit on a medium-high heat. Do not touch them. Just let them sear on each side for about 4 minutes for medium rare, 6 minutes for medium. And if you are cooking them like medium well done, just don't make them. We don't do that here, okay? You start to see that like deep dark golden brown. That's when they're done. You're going to cook them for obviously 4 more minutes. Let the meat rest. You're going to allow the juices to be reabsorbed back into the fiber of the meat. And if you skip that, you're going to lose the most flavorful juice when the meat is cut. The bits, the bottom are called fond. It's a French term for base. So that's the base flavor. I'm going to add garlic, shallots, rosemary, red wine, and butter. And then we're going to caramelize that, cook it down a little bit, and that is our sauce. It's super easy, as you can see. And then I'm just plating up here. I have my sauce I'm going to put on there as well. You can add a little bit more fresh rosemary and fresh thyme if you like. Those will complement the lamb really well. But y'all, look at that. Yes, yes. It was so good. It's so amazing. So some of the wines that I like are a really good Cabernet Sauvignon, Merlot, or a Pinot Noir. So these wines, you want like something acidic, medium body. It should be able to balance like the richness, the gamey flavor, the earthy flavors of your lamb. If you don't have any of these, you can get just a nice red wine. You don't want it too sweet. You want a nice full body wines that really complement. So anything you have in your pantry, look, grab a glass, pour it up, fill it to the rim if you want to. How everything has been going nowadays, I'm pretty sure we all deserve a glass of wine. You've earned it. And like I always say, y'all, thank you so much for tuning in. Please tell a friend to tell a friend, subscribe, like, comment. If you have any recipes that you want to see online, let me know. We can go over them. Y'all stay safe out there. Thank you. And remember, laugh a little bit. It's just food.